All right, the time is here. Take advantage. If you're interested in promoting your brand here at Viral Hip Hop News, music, brand, or even yourself, email me, Sam Ant at dlsmediainc1@gmail.com for more information. Don't wait. Let's go. That's for not knowing that. But anyway, brother by the name of Hitman Lil Rod. He was a producer on there, Grammy nominated, instrumentalist, artist, producer. Very talented in the game, but one of them brothers that isn't a household name, right?
Right.
So he had some things to say about this album and some things that were done against him. Let's hear and see what we got to say about it.
I apologize to anyone this video may be embarrassing to. Let's just jump right into it. Some of you may know me or may not. I'm a music producer who's a writer and musician. Different genres. I started in the gospel and jazz and R&B and worked my way over to the hip hop side. I've been working on an album. I took a year off straight working on this album. That album is the Love album, Off the Grid by Diddy. And it's Grammy nominated right now as we speak. I should be celebrating, but the truth is I'm not. Taking this album on has required so much time, months and at a time, 16 hours to 24 hours a day. Sometimes, Diddy will request certain works to be done and tell us don't go to sleep until it's done. And the truth is we'll be up for days trying to accomplish that. I've tried to get my business straight with them on this album, but the truth is they're not playing fair. They hit me on below the belt on so many situations, just dealing with this. It's the contract that they give me and the offer that they gave me was just disgusting. The producer fee, pennies, and on top of that, these guys are trying to steal my publishing. I can't go for that, so I'm fighting back. He's a fighter, but I'm gonna put in this fight. I got to do it for myself, my rights, and most importantly, my kids. Taking my publishing or stealing it I'm not going to let that happen. Not going to let that happen. Again, this is one of those projects that took so much time from me. I missed holidays with my family, just out working on this album. At what point I was running around with the hard drives, the computer, just to run the ball on this album, to finish the production on it, and make sure that this album came to a good project with good vibes, just where it is right now. And just to be offered little to no participation in this is highly disrespectful. I won't be that guy 20, 30 years from now looking back saying, I wish I'd done this. I'm going to do this now. Doing this situation is not easy. Taking Puff to court, suing him is not easy. I don't have the monies that it's going to take to fight him in court. So I'm just asking, if you're in support, please. The link is in my bio to my GoFundMe. The money will go towards my attorney fees and to just make sure I'm keeping my head above water during the process. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much.
So again, his name is Hitman Lil Rod. His resume does speak for itself. You can go look on that. What you think about what we heard, bro?
Dang. I mean, all right. First, I had to kind of scold the brother, and I'm not saying that it's his fault, but
Yeah.
all these years, all the examples that we had of Diddy supposedly beating people, like damn near all his artists came out and had some type of a riff, a gripe. Probably all of them at some point, maybe except for like Mario Winans and a couple other guys like that. You know what I mean? Here or there, but I'll say 90% of his artists came out, right? And you're talking about you set up a GoFundMe. I'm not criticizing that you need money, but see, you misconstruing this thing. It's not always about money in court. It's about having proof. So if you had proof, that or you did, if you did the proper paperwork and the proper procedures in place to make sure that you would get your publishing, we wouldn't be going through this. And this is a lesson to a lot of people. We know people personally that have been, making songs for, Grammy winning artists, icons in the game that's been made songs with them, created it, and got shitted out the deal because they didn't have their paperwork, their stuff in order. Now, it maybe is a situation where you can get beat without having the paperwork. You can speak more to that, So, but I'm not surprised by the situation.
Yeah.
And I'm not siding with Diddy. I'm just trying to figure out like what happened.
Yeah.
That's why it'd be good to talk to the brother. Where you didn't have, your ducks in a row to make sure that you got your publishing. Was you in there, on some, Diddy's word or this person's word? Because I've seen that. I even seen that with boxers and shit. People put the money up front of them, and it was time to come to sign the contract. They say, "Nah, I ain't effing with you."
Right.
So you in there creating all this music, doing all this shit. You ain't getting no credit for it at the end of the day. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not saying don't support the brother, don't go to his GoFundMe, but I want to know why you didn't have your ducks in a row.
And honestly speaking, this is why we reached out days prior to even doing this to see, hopefully, if we can spoke to him. You know what I mean? Publicly ask questions that got proper context. Because now all we are left to is what he said there in assumption.
Even if we didn't do the interview, at least we would have his direct story of why we can bring it to the people.
Word.
But yeah, go ahead, my
Agreed.
bad.
No doubt. So it's like, what was in that contract that you signed? Because, like you said, perfectly, right on the head, Diddy has a reputation of this. You ain't walking into a situation with a dude that you had no idea was going to do this, and you backtracked and did your vetting and heard he did phenomenal work with and phenomenal business. No, this dude has a storied past of jerking artists, period.
Yep.
So if you needed what you needed in that paperwork, then that should have been in there before you even touched a single chord on a keyboard or input anything
Right.
into Pro Tools or Logic or whatever you use, Studio One, whatever. And if you didn't do that, then unfortunately, that's shame on you because the lawyer's going to eat that alive. And Diddy isn't going to yawn. He might not even be there. Yawn twice at that shit. Right? And that's unfortunate because when you say that you spent countless hours and you missed holidays and you grinded, I believe each and every word.
Absolutely.
I believe each and every word, and I believe you put your soul into that album, which is why you needed to make sure you got compensated properly for it. Now, as regards to him getting your publishing stolen, that's another interesting aspect and dynamic as well, which is why it would be dope to talk to you to get further context, because what was in the paperwork? Was it the fact that he does have control? You get no publishing, you get upfront money, and then that upfront money, that producer fee was garbage.
Right.
So you got to argue on those pennies, and then you realize, oh shit, not only did I get pennies on this, but now I'm not going to get any publishing for it. Is it an act of them literally trying to steal something that they had in writing, or is it that you realize, oh shit, I got jerked? It's not fair that they're stealing something, because fair and what's in writing are two totally different things. It's plenty of people that have gotten jerked over things being unfair. It doesn't matter.
Don't matter.
So hopefully, bro, you've been in this game. You've done different type of genres. You're Grammy nominated, so this isn't your first rodeo. Hopefully your ducks are in order. Hopefully we can get you on and get proper context on it, because we would like to share your story if in fact you are getting jerked and on a legal side getting jerked, and we would love to share it and get it out further so people can help. But until then, it's like, hopefully you didn't make that cardinal mistake when it comes to this business and just trust your talent and trust your gut over that mother effing paperwork.
And then you say, yeah, he worked with a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
Why you got the lawyer money? You got to ask. You know what I mean? You asking the people for the money. I mean, that's obviously your personal business, but
Right.
if you've done things in the industry, one would assume that, you'll be established enough to be able to go with an attorney.
Right.
And if you got the facts and you've got your ducks lined up, you might be able to get somebody to do a pro bono that or something like a compensation type thing. If we win, I take 40%.
Until, yeah.
Because your case will be so strong, they'll be like, all right, look, I know you ain't got the money, but I'm gonna take 40. I'm gonna do the work now. I'm gonna take 40. Those situations. So it's different situations out there.
Goddamn money.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I always say. I know people who's talking about getting money, and I'm like, you know what I mean? They're gonna take 40%. What if they was getting $1 million? I'm like, well, yo, just pay for the lawyer.
Yeah.
Get the money up. If the lawyer is 15, 20, just pay for that, because that 40% of that million is what?
Oh.
You know what I mean? Get the money and pay for the damn lawyer.
Word.
But anyway, yeah, man, I just hope there's a lot of things that's missing in this story. A lot of parts that are missing as far as like why from this individual. Why didn't you do this? Did you do this? If you did this, okay, now you need an attorney. Get somebody to go look at it. Maybe you could take them to court your damn self. If the evidence is that strong,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how much money they got. The judge is going to look at it, and they're going to make a decision on that. If we had a certain contract, whatever, if it was written like that, they're going to look at the contract and follow what we agreed to on that contract. That's what they're going to do in court.
Yeah.
Each and every time. That's just what they do.
And if it's that cut and dry, it's going to get settled, and the judge will probably never have to bang his gavel. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Because if your shit's that cut and dry, they're going to be like, all right, listen, look, here's your publishing. Give you a little more upfront money. Shut the fuck up and we'll keep it moving, all right?
Plus, Diddy's going through all this shit. I'm sure he don't want to
saying.
fight those kind of battles
You
right
don't
now.
want to deal with that shit right now. And you genuinely, in your eyes, I don't know if you didn't see the video, but in his eyes, you could tell he don't want to do this. He doesn't.
Wow.
But he feel like he's being jerked. So hopefully this brother, because he doesn't seem like a bad brother, has his ducks in order to where he could properly get compensated. Because if we talking about fair, you done, bro.
Does publishing come that fast though? It's been a year since the album came out, right?
Publishing,
it
depends.
it
No,
depends?
sometimes it can, sometimes it can't. But at the same time, if he knows he's not getting anything, and he knows and realizes now, oh shit, like I didn't get much money from this at all, and I'm not about to get anything, that panic can set in, knowing what the numbers are, and knowing what kind of checks he's missing.
And that's why it's good. It'd been great to have the interview because we can ask him, okay, what song did you work on?
Yeah.
You said Diddy told you, not to go to sleep. Did he tell you that in the studio session? Did he text you that? Did y'all talk on the phone? Like, it's different things you can show as
Lay it all
proof
out. Yep.
to like, all right, look, we worked on this song together. Here go the samples right here. Here go to something that I wrote at home. It's so much. And I'm not saying he don't have none of this.
Yeah.
Because it's a short video. He didn't say none of that stuff. But best believe those would be the questions that we would ask. And it's always best, instead of you jumping on your own social media, to come to a platform like ours that's going to let you tell your story and be able to, put it out in a way that a lot of eyes, the industry going to see it if we do it, period. The right people are going to see it. So, yeah, because you knowing about it, I didn't know about it. I'm sure a lot of other people didn't know about it.
Brush under the rug.
That's what I'm saying.
And I reached out to him before we did a story on it because it's like, hold on, let me just make sure maybe we could talk to him and get proper context because I heard the video. I'm like, ugh.
Right.
But I believe him.
Oh, yeah, I do.
You know
I
what
do.
I'm saying? I believe him. But if that paperwork, it don't matter, bro.